All right, I think we're good. Ignore the message that I should tell you I'm recording you.
Oh, yes. It says so up there on the bar.
Surreptitious recording. I wonder if that's a real problem they run into. Like people recording people without their permission.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Did you notice I cut my hair?
Yes, it's thinned out, or
Yeah, I cut about 2 or 3 inches off the length, and then I cut all this in through here so I can just wash it and let it dry.
So it has more body.
Yeah, it has somewhat of a style. You know me, I don't, half the time I just have it, I don't care. But I figured it was time to up my game a little bit anyway. So, but again, I opted for a style that I don't have to do anything to, because otherwise I won't do it.
Yeah, it looks pretty casual.
Yeah, which is about as far as I'm willing to go. Oh, look at the kitty.
Okay.
Oh, she's very friendly now with you. That's so cool. Aw,
She is.
I'm so glad you got her.
We're adjusting pretty well.
Yeah, it seems like it. Seems like it took a bit, but in the end, looks like it's working out.
Yeah, it's good to have another sentient being in the place to talk to.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So I talked to my friend, Angela, the one I went kayaking with.
Oh yeah, that looks like it was a lot of fun.
It was really fun. Yeah. It was hot, but it was really fun. And it was funny because, you know, the paddles snap together and you have paddles on each end.
Yeah.
She brought 2 of the same parts, so they didn't snap together. Apparently, she has 2 pairs of paddles that are the same color.
Oh, so she had
I
like
ended up paddling it like a canoe with half of the paddle. But it was really neat. And she's got those folding kayaks. They're like origami, plastic.
Do they feel substantial once you're in it?
Yeah, it feels super stable. They're pretty wide. So, I mean, I was leaning over and it felt really stable. And they fold down to like 3 feet by 1.5 feet.
That's amazing.
I know. Those things are brilliant.
You don't have to have a rack on the car, or
right. And you don't have to lift like this big bulky thing. Yeah, it was really neat. They're like $350, so maybe at some point I'll invest in one, because that would be really cool to take on a road trip, right? You come across a lake and just kind of pop it open and go for a paddle.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to take a road trip end of August, beginning of September. I'm going to take a week off. I haven't quite decided where to go yet. I don't know, maybe just Eastern Oregon this year. There's a lot to see over there.
Yeah, well, with the fires going on, I'm sure that the situation will be a little bit different.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that will dictate where I can go.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go north, like the Olympic National Forest area.
Oh, that could be nice.
Yeah, it's really pretty up there. Maybe I've been to Washington. I can't go to British Columbia because they won't let me in yet. I
Oh.
actually have a mosaic artist friend that lives in BC that I'm eventually going to go visit and go tool around up there, but Canada's not letting any of us in right now.
Oh, the COVID quarantine?
Yeah.
That must be devastating their tourism.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't even imagine. Washington, yeah, Northern Oregon, Washington would be pretty. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when I went on that 2-week road trip into California, when I came back, when I went, Klamath Falls was god awfully smoky. And then coming back, I was supposed to camp at Humbug Mountain, and it was just so bad. I just drove straight home.
Yeah, last year was nasty.
Yeah, yeah. So who knows? I guess I'll wait and see what the lay of the land is, literally.
I should probably have a bug out bag and a plan, but I'm 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 almost lazy enough to just wait here and let it incinerate me when it comes. We'll see.
One of us will pick you up.
Oh, okay.
We will not let you be incinerated.
Okay.
Oh. So it's about, I mean, I won't be able to come see you again until after the 1st, like I said, but we should go for a drive somewhere.
That would be good.
Yeah, just get outside and see something pretty and,
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll do that. We'll plan that. If there's anything.
Yeah, there are many choices now, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we can actually go places. Is your cat attacking you?
Yeah, she's in the mood that anytime I move my hand, she takes it as a challenge. They come and get me. She nuzzles, she nuzzles, she nuzzles.
Yeah. She just wants you to pay attention.
Yeah, well, I think that with cats, that doing things with claws and teeth is part of the way they show affection.
Mm, yeah. I don't know much about cats as pets anyway, or, how they think.
I think
Dogs are easy.
I think my cat's a pervert. I think that she thinks that I'm supposed to breed her. I've told her that isn't going to happen, but she still seems to hold out hope.
Is she not spayed yet?
That's correct.
We should probably get that done.
Yeah, I need to make it an initial vet visit and get the shots and spayed and chip and all that crap.
Yeah, if you want to set that up, I'll come out and take you guys.
She's about big enough. I was holding off because of her age, but she's growing substantially. So
Yeah, probably about time to get that done. I don't know what the age, how old they have to be. When should I get my cat spayed? Da-da-da. 6 to 7 months old.
that's time. Yeah.
Yeah. Female kittens tend to have their first heat cycle when they're 6 months old. She's probably, so if she's adopting a mating posture and stuff, she's probably been in heat or is in heat. So you should probably go get her spayed.
Well, last week she went through a period where she did the whole classical thing, the loud "Ah," and wiggling her butt at me, and
Yeah, it's
uh,
about
it,
that time.
uh,
It's about
and
that time.
getting up on my thigh and digging her claws in was part of the process. It probably uh, goes over big with the alley cats, but
Yeah, you should probably get her in and get her spayed.
yeah.
More inappropriate cat behavior.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, that's not going to go anywhere. Give up hope.
Yeah, yeah. That's too funny. Oh, you got any interesting things to talk about, or are we just gonna be boring old people like we are?
Uh, I could come up with some tidbits. I haven't worked out full stories.
That's okay. What you got?
When I was going to New Mexico Highlands University, that was where a lot of the people from the tribes went to college. So I'm in the student cafeteria or uh, common room, whatever you call it, student union, and I'm sitting next to a woman, Rosa Maria Gutierrez, and it took me more than one time to learn how to say that.
You are super white.
Yeah, she provided a lot of coaching, and she said, "No, that's not it," Uh, she was what they call a chicken Indio, which is half Chicano and part Indian from down in Arizona. And she had been a farm worker and had been campaigning with Cesar Chavez for the betterment of the farm workers. She was just a little excited person, and when she came over to talk with me, she plunked herself down right next to me, like thigh to thigh. It wasn't erotic, but
Yeah.
that's kind of apparently in her tribe that's how you talk with people. So
Right. Yeah.
fine with me.
It's a little startling if you're not used to it, though, right?
Yes. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure how to take it at first. Well, there's that tidbit. Oh, gee.
Did she have any good stories about her work with Cesar Chavez?
Work with what?
Cesar Chavez?
Oh, no. There weren't any details about that. Yeah, on the wall of the student union was a huge painting of Che Guevara, the classic one with the beret and the star.
Yeah. Yeah.
The president of the university referred to it as the $3 million mural because he figures that's how much funding the thing has cost us at the school. Because you can see it even driving by. It's the big front windows.
Funny.
So the last time that I checked their website, they had gone from having a Chicano studies department to having a cultural studies, something that would cover everybody. So they seem to have evolved a little bit.
Huh. Interesting.
From the time when I was assumed to be a CIA officer.
You were taught. Who thought you were CIA?
Yeah, well, you know, there's a lot of radicals, and the CIA had been recruiting there for operatives to pass in Latin America. Uh, I I've been doing stories for the newspaper, so I went in and interviewed the CIA recruiter, and the gang outside was pretty sure that I had been being interviewed for a job in the CIA, which unfortunately was not the case. It didn't occur to me at the time. A little bit later, I said, "Oh, I should have taken that opportunity."
Yeah, yeah. That would have been an interesting career choice.
Yeah,
Not so
but
sure. Not so sure it would put you in situations that you would really enjoy.
no, my language would be a problem. But I mean, since I've been an artist, I could just be an artist in Costa
You could be
Rica.
yeah, the white artist tourist guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just here to paint. I don't know.
yeah, it's just part of the landscape.
Yeah. Have you ever been down into South America?
No, I haven't been anywhere.
Me either. Kids have. All the kids. Aaron and Katie lived there for a year. You know that, right? My youngest son and his wife, they went to the university at Heredia.
The University of Bolivia.
Heredia. Heredia.
What country is that in?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they went down and they did a year of immersive study. So it was like a foreign exchange thing, but they had their own apartment in town and they went to the university and took a year's worth of classes in Spanish, you know. So they both speak fluently.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah, they're both really fluent. And Caitlin works at Dornbecker. Well, she works at Ronald McDonald House as an intake person and deals with, you know, Spanish language people that come up and need housing and yeah.
Oh,
So she uses it daily.
she must be fluent then. That's a complicated interaction.
Yeah, she and Aaron both are. So one of these days I'll travel with them down into South America and go see stuff and have them translate for me. I know basic Spanish and I can understand quite a bit if people speak more slowly than they're used to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you get that rapid fire Spanish going on and I get lost. But if people speak more slowly, I can understand quite a bit. It's a lot like English.
Hey, have you tried any of those little translation devices?
Oh, I wonder how well those work. I've seen them, and that's fascinating. The idea that you can go anywhere
Yeah.
and speak to people. I wonder how accurate they are. And because there's idioms and slang and everywhere you go.
Right, there's accents and
Yeah.
like it. If I'm watching an English crime movie, I probably won't be able to understand half of what they're saying.
Yeah. Just different areas have different accents and different slang and, you know. be really interesting to see how well a device like that works, because or if it's just you have to speak, you know, school Spanish or school French or, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I would love to try one of those out.
Yeah. If it works, it'll be a great thing to take along on your travels.
Yeah. Even just for if you get stuck.
Yeah.
Translation device. How much they cost? Oh, God, $100.
Nothing.
Yeah. Pocket Talk voice translator. Yeah. So really affordable.
Good deal.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get one for my next trip.
Oh, one less obstacle.
Yeah. Yeah, your sign language can only take you so far when you're trying to communicate with people. Have you ever been out of the country?
Just to Canada.
Yeah? What did you go to Canada for?
Tourism. Montreal is the closest city to where I live in Connecticut, so that was a good introduction to a different country. I went up there. There was it Olympics or some kind of world event there, expedition. Uh, so
And
that
they're mostly French speaking, right?
pardon?
They're mostly French speaking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, it wasn't so French speaking that you couldn't get by as a tourist.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much true of almost everywhere you go, though, because English seems to be universally known. Every other country on earth knows more than one language except for us.
Right.
You know, it's embarrassing. We don't put a high priority on that, and I think it's arrogant.
Yeah.
Yeah. To assume that everyone else will accommodate you. That's why we have a reputation for being ugly Americans.
Oh.
Because we
I
travel.
thought I was just lazy.
No, we travel and we expect everyone to accommodate our Americanness.
Well, you've seen it more from the outside, haven't you? I mean, in Korea, did you see American tourists or visitors who were?
No, because we were mostly, I was not old enough to venture out and about on my own. I was only like 15.
Oh, okay. So you weren't registering that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, not so much. We just mainly kept to the housing and the army post and school and, you know, that kind of stuff, and drinking outside the gates at night. But
Did you
but
have did you have television?
not really, not a whole lot. And there was AFKN Radio, which is American Forces Korean Network,
Yeah.
and they had. I mean, this was in the 70s, like mid to late 70s, I think, mid 70s, and they had these. I think I've told you this before. They had these radio spots that were about venereal disease.
Oh, great.
And they had this theme song that they kept playing over and over on the radio, and it was VD is for everybody, not just me and you. Over and over. And then when we had sex ed in school.
Yeah.
And the educational part about venereal diseases was a line drawing of a penis that walked around. It had a face, and it walked around, and it took a shower, and it talked about staying clean, and just, it was ridiculous. Ridiculous.
It sounds absurd, yeah.
Yeah. And that was the school where our principal hung himself.
Oh my
Two
God.
teachers got deported for having sex with students. One teacher got deported for putting a student upside down head first into a garbage can. And there was a few other scandals too. And this is in 2 years that we were there.
It must have taken a lot to get deported there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, if people find out you're having sex with a high school student, that'll do it.
Oh,
And the guy who put the student head first into a garbage can,
yeah.
he was seriously crazy. Like, gave off certifiable, should have been institutionalized
Oh,
vibes. And yeah, he was creepy. Like, I stayed far away from him.
oh, gee.
Yeah, so not the cream of the crop.
Oh,
No, I got taken home by the MPs, military police. One time when we went out drinking, we rented a room in a Korean brothel. A bunch of us students did. We went out the gate and rented a room, and it was just like in the movies. You walk down the hallway and there's blankets on the doors, right? And then we were in that room and everybody was just getting totally wasted. And I got super drunk because this girl that wanted to beat me up was wanting to be my friend. So it was all just, let's get wasted together. And yeah, it was such a mess. Such a mess. I was grounded for 4 months after that. My parents made me go to church the next day. And I left in the middle of it and I threw up in the ditch the whole way home. Like, I walked home. It was so bad. So bad. It was unusual for my early drinking career because I could drink a lot and I would never have hangovers.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I can see how your dad might be embarrassed by all that.
Yeah, he was a full bird colonel.
Oh,
Like, not okay. Although in Korea, there's a couple of generals there. We had a bus that took us around from the housing area to the base and back. And we lived on RGH, which was rental government housing.
yeah.
And this general's wife was just bad alcoholic. Bad. And she used to ride the bus and yell at all the girls and tell them they were sluts and I know what you get up to with those boys and blah, blah, blah. And it was just a mess. The whole place was.
It sounded like a zoo, yeah.
Yeah. Looking back, And here I am, completely naive, little white girl, blah, blah, blah. Hello, what's going on? But it all worked out in the end. We got back safe, one piece. I really noticed racism when we got back, though. Because when we were in Korea, it was Americans and Koreans, right? There was this no other division besides that. People dated whoever they wanted. Didn't matter what color you were. None of that.
Oh, interesting.
And when I got back, it was a culture shock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was interesting. Because I had never paid attention to anything like that before. It never affected me. I didn't date. I didn't care,
Yeah.
The only other time I remember reacting to something that involved color in any way. My best friend in like 3rd grade, I can't remember her name, but she was a little black girl, and she was just so, I loved her. Like that innocent, just, she was my best friend, right?
Uh-huh.
And I just remember sitting on a stone wall at some point on one school day and just sobbing because she broke up with me.
Oh.
Yeah, it was my best. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Interesting. Broke my heart.
Uh,
Yeah.
how old were you?
3rd grade. I was probably 7. Sorry. Yeah. Maybe I was younger than that because I don't remember being that old. Maybe closer to like 1st grade, like
Yeah.
6. Yeah.
I think by the time people are 9 or so, they start turning into human beings.
Mm,
That's-
yeah. 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 I sometimes wonder, I mean, I didn't, like, there was a period of time, and I remember that specifically, where I still had like deep emotional responses to things, but shortly after that, just that, I cut it all off.
Oh,
Cut it all off, and when you cut off the bad stuff, you also cut off the good stuff. So you can't connect with people, you don't feel emotion appropriately, you don't, like, my whole life was that.
oh,
And then you throw alcohol on top of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
The alcohol's supposed to make it better.
Yeah. It took 5 years sober, I think, for me to start feeling stuff. Because
Wow.
up until then, I would have told you, nothing really affects me, and it didn't. And then at about 5 years sober, I was like, what is happening? What is this stuff? What is happening? I don't understand. It was strange.
Oh, you start crying at Coke commercials.
Yeah, and just like caring about people and being affected by people, and it was very strange.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, I've come a long way in the last 12 years.
Yeah, that sounds like a real breakthrough.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it happens if people with my kind of history and my kind of activities and stuff. That's what happens. It takes like 5 years to clear all of that garbage out of your system physically and emotionally and stuff, and then that's when a lot of people relapse, because you have to start dealing with all the stuff, and it's not easy sometimes. So, wait, look at me, I'm the one that's talked more this time, huh?
Yeah, more to say. I didn't really write a script this time. I just thought I'd leave it, we leave it open.
And I think that I think ultimately this is just going to be like when we get together to visit.
Okay.
I mean, this is how we talk, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we're just going to record it for posterity. We have interesting conversations.
We do. Who do you think we should share it with, like on Facebook? I'm sure we could drop the segment into people's websites or.
I don't know. I don't know what groups would be appropriate.
Uh,
The only ones I'm connected to are art and jewelry making.
yeah.
You've got probably a more wide and varied audience than I would have.
Yeah, but nothing really on point.
Yeah. I don't know where it would fit. I don't know, just start blasting it out to all your friends.
Yeah.
Yep. you just share when I post it to your page, just share it with everybody and see who's interested.
They've collected a few viewers, but it's not in the triple digits.
Well, and you know, it's because you've gotta grind at it to get
Yeah.
a real following, and I'm too lazy.
Oh.
I don't like that part of it. I don't like. That's why I don't do it with my art.
Oh.
I hate it. I hate that marketing stuff and yeah. And you know, I hate it enough that I kind of have a vague idea of how people do it, but I've never delved into it any further because I'm not interested.
Oh.
Me with all my research skills. It's a very narrow focus though.
Okay.
Yeah. So it looks like, oh, we're at about 45 minutes. We did good this time. I will come see you after the first, but until then, we'll just keep doing this. How's that?
Sounds good.
Okay.
When do you want to get together on Skype?
Today is the 23rd. Let's do another one next. I'm gonna look at my calendar. Hold on. Let me see what I got going on. Seems to be me that after work, if I can remember, like if I don't forget like I did last time, works pretty well. So let's see. I'm opening up my calendar. Blah, blah, blah. Come on. It's taking its sweet time. There we go. Let's do, I don't have anything else going on at all on next Wednesday, so you want to just do this again?
Okay, Wednesday 4-ish.
The Wednesday the 30th at 4 o'clock.
Very good. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to add you into my calendar so that I can get a reminder. 4 o'clock. Reminder 2 hours before. Save and close. Okay, got it. I will talk to you then.
Thank you so much for doing
Yeah.
everything. Bye for now.
Bye.